What's up, HASfit Tribe? It's your personal trainer, Coach Kozak.
And I'm Claudia, and this is a beginner strength training workout.
Today's routine will require dumbbells.
And you'll want to have a few pairs of dumbbells on hand so that you can challenge yourself throughout today's routine.
You'll also need either a chair, box, or bench for today's routine.
So if you're ready to pump it up,
let's do it. All right, let's begin today's routine with a warm-up. And the purpose of our warm-up is to gain a little bit of mobility and increase our overall body temperature. Our first move is going to be a bird dog, and we do need to head to the floor for that one. We're gonna get on all fours in a quadruped position on our hands and knees. Back is straight. I'm gonna take my right hand and I'm gonna bring it to my left knee, and then I'm gonna extend my right arm and left leg. Now alternate, left hand, right knee, extend. Again, this is the warm-up, so we're moving at a warm-up pace here. I want you to, on that extended arm, go ahead and squeeze that upper back as you bring the arm up. And then that leg should kick straight back. So you're not kicking up, but it's almost like you're trying to drive your heel through the wall behind you while squeezing your glute, all while maintaining a nice, flat, straight back. Breathing throughout. Core stays tight and engaged for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, we can stay down here on the floor for the next one. Also in this quadruped position, we're gonna do a rotation, starting by taking your right hand up behind your head, and then we're gonna take that right elbow to your left hand and rotate up to your right side. Repeat. Again, nice controlled pace here. This one's great for your shoulder as well as your chest, thoracic spine, mid-back, mobility. Nice controlled breathing. It's almost like your eyes are trying to follow that elbow. For 3, 2, 1. Right hand down, left hand behind your head. Same move, opposite side. Left hand goes to your left elbow goes to your right hand, and then twist. Rotate. And usually I find that the more of these I do in my warm-up, the better I get at them. First couple are usually a little rough.
it's so good for your chest. Opening that chest.
Claudia was saying her chest is a little bit sore from her session yesterday, so this was perfect for her. For 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, let's go ahead and come on up for our last warm-up move, a little combination move here for you. We're gonna do a march in place with our legs, and our upper body's gonna do an arm crossover. Start with our arms out to our side, cross over your arms, alternate which arm is on top. Again, getting our heart rate up a little bit, increasing that overall body temperature and gaining some mobility. Great one for our chest and shoulders and back. Warm up pace here. Nothing, don't go too crazy. We got plenty of good hard work on the way. Let's do this one for 10 more seconds. Slight bend in those elbows. For 3, 2, 1, 0. Shake it out. I'm feeling ready to work. You ready, Claudia?
I'm ready to pump it up.
All
Let's
right,
do it.
let's do it. Getting started with a superset. So we're going to do 2 exercises back to back with working complementary muscle groups. First one, we're going to do a standing dumbbell shoulder press We need 2 dumbbells for this one.
Choose your weight wisely here.
Remember, it's always easier to start lighter and work your way up, especially if you're new to weight training. So we're going to perform 10 repetitions. Feet are hip width apart, solid base. Dumbbells are up about in line with our ears. We're going to press straight up overhead. Don't clink the dumbbells together, and then return them back down till they're in line with your ears. We're doing this one for 10 repetitions. Ready and begin. Doing it together.
Making sure that you exhale as you press those dumbbells over your head, and inhale as you bring them back down.
And all under control, especially that lowering phase. Be a lot easier to just rush that lowering phase. But we're not in it for easy, we're in it for results.
2 more to go.
Control both ends. Here we go. Last one. And 10. Excellent. All right, so we're gonna hit our posterior chain next with a combination exercise. I'm gonna go a little bit heavier on this one.
Me too.
We're going to do an RDL plus a shrug. So it's 2 moves in one. RDL stands for Romanian deadlift. Feet are hip width apart. Dumbbells are in front of us. Slight bend in our knees. Now maintaining that same bend, I'm gonna hinge at my hips. So my hips go back, but notice how my knees don't change. Back stays straight, taking those dumbbells to just about knee height. And now I'm gonna stand back up by bringing my hips forward, squeeze my glutes at the top. And then I'm gonna shrug, that's that second part, by bringing my, it's almost like my shoulders up to my ears and back down. So one more time, just to show you, hips go back, hips go forward, and shrug. That's 1 repetition. We're doing this one for 10 in total. Ready, and begin. Hips back, hips forward, and shrug. So that RDL is working our hamstrings, our glutes, and our lower back. And that shrug is working our traps. Those are that big back muscle at the top of your back. And again, notice the controlled pace we're going at here. I want you to adjust your weight as needed today. As we said, always easier to start light and work your way up. But if at any point you're feeling like you're not being challenged, well, that's because you're not using a heavy enough weight.
That's number 6. Making sure your head stays in line with your spine.
So that means you probably shouldn't be viewing that screen the whole time, right? So we don't want your head up like this as you're going down.
Which is why we try to give you such detailed cues here. So just your hips back, up. Now when you bring your hips up, make sure that you're stacking them directly underneath your rib cage. So no hyperextension of the hips. And that's 10 right there.
All right, so we're gonna go through this one more time. So that means we're going back to our dumbbell standing shoulder press. And if you need to up the weight, if it was too easy, do so. If you need to lower the weight, you barely made it through, we encourage you to do so. That's why we need different weights available to you. All right, again, dumbbells are in ready position here, about in line with your ears. Good solid base, 10 repetitions in total. Ready and begin.
Solid base, nice soft knees, making sure your pelvis is stacked underneath your rib cage. We're gonna keep giving you those reminders on these exercises. So not with your pelvis back, but just nice and stacked underneath your ribs. And exhale.
And you may be wondering why we don't give you exact weights to use. That's because no 2 bodies are the same. You may be particularly strong in one muscle group or need some extra help in one muscle group. So it's really something that you need through trial and error to figure out what weights you use for which movement patterns.
That's right. And here's your last one right here, number 10.
All right,
Nice
excellent.
job.
All right, we can set these down. Shoulders are starting to feel good now. And again, we need our 2 dumbbells for our RDL plus our shrug, making sure to use your hips to pick up those dumbbells. You'll even catch us slipping sometimes on that one, but sit down to pick them up off the floor. All right, feet are hip width apart.
Shoulders rolled back.
Palms facing us. Little bend in those knees. And again, that first move is hips back. Ready and begin. Hinging at the hips. Stand straight up, squeeze those glutes, and shrug. This hip hinge is such an important move to learn in your weightlifting journey. Again, key that I always like is you start with a little bend in your knees, and then that bend doesn't change. So don't turn it into a squat where you continue to bend at those knees, but instead drive those hips back like you're trying to touch your glutes to the wall behind you.
That's right. So important to get this movement pattern correct. Otherwise, you might feel it in your lower back.
And we are working our lower back here, so we want to feel it in a good way, not a bad way.
Correct.
It is a muscle. We do have a big muscle group back there in our spinal erectors, so they should be working.
2 more to go.
Keeping our core braced and tight. You don't want to be loose in your abs. Make it nice and tight throughout the whole movement.
Last one right here.
All right, excellent. Let's get our next superset started with an exercise for our upper backs. It is a reverse grip, bent over row. We need 2 dumbbells for this one. Again, using those legs to pick up the dumbbells. We're gonna start with our feet hip width apart, a little bend in our knees, weight back on our hips, bend over on a 45-degree angle. Now we're gonna lock this position in place. With our palms facing forward, I'm gonna pull back from my elbows, squeeze my upper back, and then return them back down. Doing this one for 10 repetitions in total, doing it together. Ready position, and let's begin. And again, this move, just like all the rest, so important to focus on that lowering phase where we're controlling the way down. It's gonna maximize our time under tension, time that those muscles are working, and it's gonna maximize our results.
4 more to go.
Again, if you need to increase the weight, do so. If you need to decrease it, do so. If you're doing 10 reps, you should really start to feel it in reps 8, 9, and 10.
Last one right here.
And there's 10. All right. So we're going to work on our lower body with the next one. And if you remember in the introduction, we told you that you were going to need either a chair, a box, or a bench. So I'm getting my chair out for this one. But again, if you don't have a good, solid, sturdy chair, really just something that when you squat down, your thighs are around parallel to the floor is what you're looking for. I'm also going to use a dumbbell for this one.
And I'm going to go without a dumbbell for this one. So this one's going to be just body weight.
You decide what's appropriate for you. We're going to do a chair squat, and I'm, again, holding my dumbbell in a goblet position.
And I'll put my hands here underneath my chest as though I were holding a dumbbell.
Feet are shoulder width apart. Holding that, again, I'm holding that dumbbell. Our first move is going to be to break at the hips. So you're sitting back, almost like where you think you're about ready to fall, and then gently kiss the chair and back up. But on this one, I don't want you to relax your body when you sit down. Instead, keep everything tight and firm, and then stand back up. Again, this one is for 10 repetitions. Let's do it together and begin. So you're sitting back. Everything is tight, and then back up. Really engaging those glutes. The further you get back, engaging that backside so that you don't relax.
Kind of think of it as though you're getting ready to sit down in a chair. You get right to that position and someone calls your name and you stand back up and you go to shake their hand or something.
Or you know, if you're a parent like us, you get to about right here to relax. Daddy, yes, how can I help you? Breathing in on the way down.
Too relatable.
Exhale on the way up.
Let's do 3 more.
Everything stays tight. It's working your quadriceps, hamstrings, glutes, even your core, just to maintain this tight position.
Last one right here.
And there's 10.
That's right.
Okay, so we're moving back to that reverse grip, bent over row. Chair goes to the side. So we need that 2 dumbbells for this one. And again, adjusting your weight as you see fit. This is an exercise where you can traditionally use a higher weight. So maybe you started too light and you need to increase that weight.
Again, so very individual.
Yep. But again, by reps 8, 9, and then 10, really should be feeling challenged. All right, feet are hip width apart, weight back in the hips, Slight bend the knee, 45-degree angle, palms are facing forward, and we have 10 repetitions. Let's begin. Pulling back from those elbows. This one's working your lats, which are those big back muscles under your arms, your biceps, as well as your forearms and grip, even your lower back and abs, just to maintain this locked in position. Even legs too, to maintain it.
Oh yeah.
We like these efficient exercises, working multiple muscle groups that get us the most work in the shortest period of time possible.
That's number 9. You have one left.
Squeeze up top.
Nice
and
work.
Return. All right, so we're moving back to our chair squat. Again, getting set up here.
Whoop. Just don't trip yourself on your dumbbells.
And you'll see, we're taking a fairly relaxed pace here in between exercises. And again, all by design. Really, ideally for strength training, you need between 30 to 60 seconds between sets to allow your muscles to recover so you can get maximum results. So this isn't like a HIIT workout or a cardio workout. That's by design, this slower pace.
That's right. And if you're using the right weight, then you're really going to feel it, even though you're not rushing, but going from one exercise to the other.
All right, feet are hip width apart. Hopefully you're in position by now. Again, breaking at those hips first. Let's begin. Sitting back, slow and controlled. Again, this would be a lot easier to go fast, but if you're doing it right and sitting back, you should almost feel like you want that last inch or so, or last couple of centimeters for my metric friends out there. You should feel like you're getting ready to fall down into the chair. Core stays tight and engaged.
Exhale as you come up. Inhale as you go down.
Excellent work. Everything stays tight, tight, tight core. You got it. Come on now.
3 more.
Every repetition is just getting you that much closer to your goals. What is it, tribe? What are you working towards? Stay focused on it through today.
Last one right here. And 10.
There's 10. Nice job. For our next superset, we're going to move to the floor and start by working on our core. We're going to perform a side plank from our knees. So I'm going to come up onto my left knee and my left forearm, and now I'm going to perform my variation with a reach through.
And I'm just going to maintain this entire position here.
Reaching through with my right arm, getting a rotation, and then back up to the sky. And we're doing this one, or Claudia's variation, for 30 seconds in total. So you can relax for a second, Claudia. In 3, 2, 1, let's begin. All right, you choose which variation is appropriate for you. But regardless of the variation you choose, we want a straight line from that left shoulder all the way down to your left knee. So that hip should not be sinking on this one.
That's right. You're going to really feel it here in your left oblique. And again, just making sure that your elbow is directly underneath your shoulder here for the proper positioning. Not much left. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're gonna switch sides.
Same move, opposite side now. Obviously, we gotta keep everything nice and equal here. So now we're on our right forearm and our right knee. Again, straight line here. And 3, 2, 1, begin.
You can have, for my variation, you can have your hand here, or you can have it above you as well.
So as Claudia mentioned, this one is working your obliques and your core, also working your shoulder and your glute, especially that same side glute. So on this side, it's that right glute.
That's
bottom one working to keep you up. Yeah, it all goes back into that efficiency we talked about, working multiple muscle groups. For 3, 2, 1, 0. You got it. All right. Next up, we're going to need 2 dumbbells. We're going to perform a lying dumbbell chest press with a twist. That's a mouthful. I know. The move is not as complicated as it is to say the actual exercise. So we're grabbing our 2 dumbbells, lying down flat on our backs. Feet firmly planted on the floor. We're going to rest our upper arms on the floor, palms facing forward. I'm gonna press up, twist my palms so they at the top, they're facing one another, and then reverse it, control the way down. Doing this one for 10 repetitions in total. Ready, begin.
And notice how our arms are flaring out at a 45-degree angle relative to our body. And when we're pushing up over our chest, not our faces.
Those are great points. We don't want those elbows too high up, otherwise it starts to strain our shoulders.
Oh yeah.
Again, we really want our chest doing the majority of the work on this one. And go ahead and squeeze your chest muscles up at the top as you bring those dumbbells up and together.
We have 4 more to go.
Controlling the way down, controlling the way up. Again, if it's too easy, add weight. Can't quite make it to 10 without sacrificing form, then lower the weight.
Okay, this is number 9. And last one, right here. Exhale as you push those dumbbells up over.
All right, setting the dumbbells down, sitting up, and now we're moving back into our side plank from our knees. So we can stay down on the floor, roll or get your dumbbells out of your way. Starting on our left side, again, up on that left forearm, left knee, we're up. And 2, 1, begin.
Holding it here. Not holding our breath in this position, remembering to inhale and exhale throughout the movement.
Core stays tight throughout. Don't allow that hip to sink.
Keep it up. Your glute's probably going to feel a little bit more on this particular set.
Yep, both my abs and my glute and my shoulders, honestly.
Not much left. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and flip it over.
All right, let that left side take a break. Now let's work that right side. Up onto that right knee, right elbow, ready position, and begin. Big breaths as you move in a controlled fashion here. Not a race on this one. Control it.
Definitely want to keep your hips square if you're doing the reach through. So just trying to maintain a stable base there. It's going to be hard enough on its own. There isn't much left in this one. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and break.
No more of those. All right, core's gonna get a break here. Let's work on our chest, triceps, and shoulders with our lying chest press and a twist. Scoot my butt back into position here. Getting back onto our back sides. Again, those elbows are on about a 45-degree angle relative to our body. Palms facing forward. We're gonna press up and twist those palms. Ready, and begin. Squeeze the chest up at the top. And today's workout's the type of workout that you can really come back and repeat multiple times and continue to see results. There are only so many basic movement patterns that we perform in strength training. So the way that we improve is to continuously increase our resistance and the weight used. So yes, you can come back and keep getting better with the same routine, but at the same time, it's going to require increasing your weight. Maybe not every workout, but 4 months later, you shouldn't be using the exact same weights.
Absolutely. Last one right here.
And there's 10. Excellent. Let's kick off our next superset with an exercise for our arms and biceps, a dumbbell reverse curl. 2 dumbbells needed for this one. We're going to start with our feet hip width apart. Elbows are going to be locked into our sides and palms facing us. Now only bending at our elbows. Going to bring those dumbbells straight up, curling, and then return back down, keeping those wrists nice and locked in place throughout. Doing this one for 12 repetitions. Ready, and begin. Shoulders stay back. Control both the eccentric and concentric phase. So the way up and the way down both need to be under control. Again, be the type of exercise. It'd be so much easier to just use a light weight and almost treat it like a cardio exercise movement, but that's not going to get us the results we're after. We want to improve our strength, improve our lean muscle mass, look good in a cut-off t-shirt maybe, if you're into that sort of thing. Shoulders stay back.
Honestly, we just want to be strong, right? Having muscle, maintaining muscle truly is the fountain of youth, especially as we get older, we start to lose it. So just think of these as a good way to maintain independence as you get older.
That's right. Good for bone health. Good to burn more calories throughout the day at rest. I mean, we could go on and on.
2 more.
But instead, we'll just curl.
Right. We'll just curl it up.
1 more.
And 12.
Very good.
Woo.
All right, we're going to get our legs involved in our next exercise. I'm going to use dumbbells for mine.
And I'm going to do mine with just my body weight.
Feet are feet are wider than shoulder width apart. Toes are pointed out in a sumo stance. We're going to do a pause sumo deadlift here. Hips break first, knees stay pointed out just a little bit. We are going to go down until our thighs are parallel to the floor. 1,000 pause, stand back up. So it's the same movement pattern whether you're using dumbbells or not. Doing it together, you know the drill. For 10 repetitions, ready, and begin. Hips back first. So we don't want to be falling forward onto our toes. We don't want to be falling back onto our heels, but we want to drive through what we call our midfoot. So the middle of that foot where you're staying balanced between the front and back, keeping good posture.
Which means head up and chest up as best as you can.
Yes, exactly. Temptation on this one, if you're not quite so flexible, is to kind of turn it into a bend over like this, where you're staring at the ground by the end of the movement.
And you don't have to go deep, quite as deep if your flexibility isn't there. If it's more here, then do that.
Do that and focus on maybe some hip mobility drills to help you achieve that depth.
And we have those as well.
We certainly do.
So this is number 8. You have 2 more to go.
Let's get that pause every time. I know it'd be easier not to, but get it.
Last one.
All right.
All right.
One more arm movement for you here. So this is actually, we have 3 exercises in this superset. Moving into a dumbbell triceps kickback. You need 2 dumbbells for this one. Usually this is a lighter weight than some of the other movements we've had today. Feet hip width again. Little bend in those knees. We're gonna hips back, 45-degree angle, palms forward. Now we're going to bring that upper arm, almost like that upper arm is parallel to the floor, and lock that upper arm in place. It doesn't move now. Now we're going to extend from the elbow, squeeze our triceps up at the top. No swing. This one is for 12 repetitions in total. Choose an appropriate weight. Ready, and begin.
No swing.
And that's why we say you lock that upper arm in place throughout the move. It'll prevent the swing and also prevent other muscle groups from getting involved. We just want to work those triceps, which is that big muscle combination in the back of the arm. Tri meaning 3, so 3 muscle heads there.
2 more to go. Thank goodness. 11 and 12.
Ooh, arms are feeling good, and they're going to feel even better because now, actually I'm going to keep this same weight. Now we're moving back to our dumbbell reverse curl for 12 repetitions, one more time through this superset. Again, good posture, shoulders are back, elbows are locked in. Adjust your weight accordingly. Maybe you want more weight, maybe you want less weight. Keep mixing it up throughout the workout. Challenge yourself. Ready, and begin. Palms stay down, wrists are locked into place. We don't want what I like to call spaghetti wrists, where they get like this, but instead keep them locked so you just have a nice straight line.
Nice strong wrists.
From that back of the hand all the way to your elbow. So it's working that forearm and your grip strength as well.
6 more.
Grip strength is, not just about lifting weights, comes in handy day to day. You don't want anybody's help if you're trying to open a jar. Go ahead and do it on your own with those strong forearms.
All right, 2 more to go.
Controlling both phases here.
Exhale as you bring them up.
Good. Inhale on the way down. Last one. And there's 12.
That's over.
Okay, no more biceps today. Let's work on our legs. Back to our next, or last set, I should say, of our sumo pause deadlifts. The extra emphasis on that pause. Toes pointed out, so that means our knees are pointed out just a little bit as well. Good posture here. Break at those hips first. So we don't bend knees first, hips first for 10 repetitions. Ready, and begin. Hips first, chest is up, 1,000, and back up.
Midfoot.
That's it, driving through, staying balanced. And yes, it would definitely be easier to skip that pause. But again, we're not here for easy. You made it this far. We're gonna get our maximum results possible here, folks.
4.
You're doing great, keep it up. We do not have much left today. Again, inhale on the way down. That means breathe in on the way down. And then exhale as you stand up.
3 more to go. Let's go.
Home stretch. Fighting right to the end, HASfit Tribe. You got this.
Last one. Come on.
Stay strong. Boom, there's 10. All right,
Nice
shake
work.
those legs loose. Back to our triceps here. Working that big muscle in the back of the arm. Couple big deep breaths here before we move into the next one. Choosing the appropriate weight. Here we go. Feet hip width apart. Palms forward, back on a 45, elbows up, 12 reps. Let's hit it. 1, 2, you got it. Stay strong, come on. All about that mental toughness at this point of the workout. We're not pausing, we're not quitting. We're gonna see this through to the end.
Halfway.
Squeeze those triceps up at the top. Every time, come on.
10. 2 more. Let's go. And 12.
Boom, you made it. That's it. Nice work, Claudia.
Nice work to you.
Ooh, that was a good one. Nice work to you out there, HASfit Tribe. You've made it to the fun part. Just gonna work on a little bit of mobility here in our cool down. Make sure you do not skip this portion.
Don't
it's
skip
super
it.
valuable. Gonna do our lying figure 4 to start with, coming down onto our back sides. Gonna get some hip mobility, loosening up our glutes on our back. Let's go ahead and take your right leg and bring it up onto your left knee.
Ugh.
So now, you're already tight right there? That's a bad sign.
Bad sign.
So now we're gonna reach through under your leg, left leg, and pull that upper leg, that right leg to your body. And if you can't quite reach, you can use a towel or a band, something to help you grab onto it. We're just gonna hold. So this is a static stretch. Static stretches are great for after your workout routine. Again, working on our hip mobility here. For 3, 2, 1, 0. All right, set them down, opposite side, same move, reaching through, pulling to your body. And some people find it more comfortable to have their head relaxed on the floor. I know some people find it more comfortable to have your head up. Honestly, it's a preference thing. They both work. We're really focusing on our hip here, and they both get the job done for your hip mobility. Big deep breaths.
I can feel this one stretching all the way down into my glute.
Oh yeah, hamstring to glute, hip. 2, 1, 0. Alrighty. Now let's work on those shoulders with a lying angel, staying in the same position now on your back. Let's bring our straight arms overhead and then relax them, almost like we're trying to lie our whole arm on the floor, our hands down to our arm. Depending on your mobility, might not quite be there or not even be able to contact the floor, and that's okay. The move is going to be the same.
That's right.
Now we're going to drag our hands and elbows on the floor as we pull those elbows down. So again, even if they're not touching the floor, you can still perform the same movement pattern.
That's right. You might be here with your hands elevated and just able to do this, and that's completely okay.
And just, you come back and repeat this move, and your arms will get more and more comfortable going down, either completely on the floor or closer to the floor. Improving that shoulder health and mobility, taking them through that full range of motion here. Again, under control as you extend all the way up, and then you pull down from those elbows. Those elbows come all the way almost to your sides, almost, but not quite. Control movements here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. That feels good. All right, turning over onto our front side. Let's go ahead and kind of maybe get back into that quadruped position that we used in our warm-up. That's kind of a good starting position here. Now we're going to move into a cobra. So I'm going to bring my hips forward, my legs straighten out, my chest opens up, my shoulders come back, my chin comes up, and I squeeze at my glutes. Squeeze those glutes. And then we're going to reverse it, bring those glutes back into a child's pose. Shoulders are relaxed on this one. We're sitting back onto your glutes, and hopefully your toe doesn't cramp like mine does here. Let me just push it down there. Okay, thank you, toe.
I mean, I'm just feeling all the feels right now.
All the feels.
Physically, not emotionally.
All the physical feels.
So if you see me chuckling, it's because I'm sore.
And reverse it here. Hey, we're human beings, folks. Back into that cobra. Again, shoulders back, squeeze the glutes. It never gets easier, you just get better at it. And then reverse again, back into that child's pose. Sitting back. Oh, my toe didn't cramp this time, that's nice.
See, you're getting accustomed to it already.
Here we go. Yeah, we're already getting better at it. Relaxing those shoulders, sitting back one more time into the cobra. Taking a moment here to just be proud of yourself for what you achieved today. If working out were easy, everybody be fit, but that's not the case.
It takes commitment and dedication
Reverse
and consistency.
That's right. Showing up. And you showed up today. And that's the most important part. You're going to show up again tomorrow or your next scheduled workout, and you're going to keep this up.
That's right. Even on days when you don't feel like it.
For 3, 2, 1, 0. Excellent. I think the most important mindset to have is not that we have to work out. It's that we get to work out, folks. So just remind yourself of that. And did you know that you can get even faster results by following a complete exercise program?
Those programs can be found on our HASfit app.
You can also stop by our store, help support us with, picking up a t-shirt or our diet guide, Eating for Life.
Don't forget to like us on your favorite social media network.
Until next time, I'm Coach Kozak.
And I'm Claudia.
And we will see you at your next workout.